few months before my wedding, I was close to my female coworker. She had a boyfriend at the time, and he traveled 3 days out of a week. We had been friends for a while, but now emotions were getting in the way. Her actions and inactions pointed to the fact that she was equally in love with me. After work one day, she invited me to her house because her boyfriend was on a work trip. We were alone in her house when she leaned towards me. I pulled away. I was trustful to her. She knew that I am getting married in 2 months. It wasn't a secret, so it wasn't something that she would find out later and get shocked. I told her I am in a committed relationship that's leading to marriage. We are getting married in the next 2 months. As we speak now, we have been going for counseling for the past month. Anything would get complicated when I get involved with you. Moreover, you have a serious boyfriend. She still pushed for it, and I gave in. She said she didn't care about my relationship. As far as you feel the same way about me, nothing else matters, she said. That day was the first time we had sex with no protection. A couple of days later, she invited me to her place again, and it happened again. I thought since she had a boyfriend, I assumed she must be on birth control. For a week before my wedding, she called me. "Kevin, the signs are dangerous. I have missed my period. It should have come 3 days ago, but as we speak now, it's not yet in." I was confused. I asked her why she's telling me that, thinking that the pregnancy is likely to belong to her boyfriend. She said that according to her calculation, it's mine, but her boyfriend thinks that it's his. "I thought you told me that you were safe that day?" She answered, "Yes, I was safe. But these things happen. We get it wrong sometimes." The following day, she texted me, "Yes, it's in. I'm pregnant." She sent a photo of the test strip to me. I told her, "We shouldn't be talking about this in text messaging. Kindly wait. I will give you a call when I'm less busy. But think of what we're going to do next before I call you." I was with my fiancé then. She walked across the room innocently while I was burning inside. To be blameless is bliss, we usually take for granted. And say could laugh heartedly, but all I could give in return was just a fake smile. I was in turmoil a week before my wedding. My girlfriend was pregnant. I found a space and called her, "So tell me what's next." She answered, "What do you mean, what's next?" It's what happens when a woman gets pregnant. I would give birth. That's what's next. I spoke almost in whispers, though I was alone. "Dear, you know I can't give birth. My wedding is in a few days. If your boyfriend finds out, you would be a single mother. You are too pretty for a man to meet you as a single mom. It would be hard to find a good guy if you have a child. So please think about it and let's get rid of it. Just let me worry about those things. My boyfriend will not find out. I won't call to disturb you. Get married. We can talk later." Few months later, her boyfriend finds out. He came to her job and embarrassed both of us so badly, she immediately quit her job. I was making a lot more money than her in the company, and I was too critical for the company to fire, so they couldn't afford to let me go. So I stayed. After her boyfriend left her, He denied that he was the father. I called every day to convince this girl to get rid of it, but she maintained her stand. I went to her house and cried to her. Action, I was virtually on my knees. Just tell me what you want, and I will do it for you. Anything at all. If I have to cut my head off to get what you need, I would do it. She said, I love you. I love your baby and I'm keeping it. I stomped out of her place, determined not to ever see her again. She sent me a message while I was on my way going. Don't behave like getting a woman pregnant is a murder case. No, it's not even illegal, and you're not the only man to have a child outside of marriage. I'm not a little girl. I can keep a secret and no one will know. So why worry? I never spoke to her again until after the wedding. She texted often, but I ignored her. I was worried. I went into marriage with huge deceit and it haunted me. It left her to her words. She kept it a secret. When she gave birth, I went to visit her. I met her mother and she introduced me to her as the father of the child. Her mother was calm with me because she already knew the story. She told her younger brother as well. Those were the only two people she trusted to talk to about everything. Once in a while, I would visit her. She moved to a different town, so it made things easier. As the boy was growing up, he began to look like me. The boy was a year old when my wife got pregnant. She also gave birth to a boy. I didn't have enough money to spread across, so I stopped sending her money. It didn't bother her. She even asked me not to worry. Send me money when you can. I'm working. I can do it on my own. I paid his daycare and babysitting fees sometimes. I was involved somehow. The boy was 2 years old and was celebrating his birthday. It fell on the weekend, so she insisted that I should be there. I went and we celebrated the boy's birthday. We celebrated the boy's birthday in a way that made him happy and also made the mother happy. After the birthday celebration, I was alone with her when emotions got in the way. Anyone could have walked into the room, so it was very snappy. She said, I miss you. I answered, this is so wrong, but hey, such is life. A month later, she called me and said, I'm pregnant. I screamed, no, you're not pregnant. Teacher is, but we argued and fought about it. She said, you will get rid of it. I said, I won't get rid of it. I won't get rid of anything. I said, you will. Would you put me down and do it yourself? 9 months later, I had another child with her. The guilt was killing me. I knew someday my wife would find out and my life would be over. She would divorce me and I would lose everything I built with her. The thoughts made me sick. So one day, I went to her and confessed. I said, I have a child with someone else. I answered, the first is 4 years old. The second is bam. A slap landed across my face. I fell to my knee. Wham! I started seeing rainbows. She screamed, 2 kids outside of a marriage at such a young age. Few months later, we were in court following divorce proceedings. Our marriage was over even before I regained my composure from the slaps.
The other woman thought I was going to marry her. She asked, now, don't you think our kids would be happy to find us together?
I answered. They have been happy without me in their life, and so shall it remain.
She got angry and started getting at me when I couldn't send her money for the upkeep of the kids.
She sent me to court. Currently, half of my salary goes to her and my ex gets the rest. I live with my parents. I'm too broke to even afford basic things in life. That's how I destroyed my life with my own hands. Life is hard, but I still have it. I go to work for them, I earn for them, I'm living for them. I bellow bounce, 85 years old, but look older than my father. My mistake leaves after me and dictates every direction of my life. Because I deserve everything I'm going through, so I carry them with all my strength. Maybe one day everything will be all right. Maybe they will never be all right. I often hear frustrated dads upset that they have to keep paying more and more child support while the baby mamas barely work and appear to be leaving off the child support payment. Life still goes on. We see a lot of men trapping themselves with paying child support for multiple babies, working 7 days a week to sustain the life of multiple women. Luckily, most men are getting smarter and not as careless as the original poster. Until the age of emancipation, which varies from state to state, the more you make, the more she wants the court to take. However, before the original poster starts making the child support payments, he should get a DNA test to make sure that the kids by his coworker belong to him. She was in a relationship during the affair, so what's to say that she wasn't sleeping with some other guy as well?